What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to the CHGO Bulls Postgame presented by DraftKings. Don't forget that promo code CHGO when you sign up that DraftKings Sportsbook app.
Yeah.
Bulls fall to the Cavs. 128-96 is the final. Not much of a home opener.
Not really.
Those are supposed to be fun and victorious.
Yeah.
And you get to watch your team play basketball well.
Yeah. Don't forget that part.
None of those things happened. Hi. Welcome in. Peck, Big Dave.
Hey.
We got our pal, our producer, hanging out with us here. His name is Joey.
It is.
Maybe he's feeling better about the Texas Longhorns letting him down because at least they were in it until the very end.
They were all the way to the end. How you feeling about the L, Joey?
Why we got to bring this up?
I'm just
asking, man.
It's fine. It's fine. When you've been a Longhorn fan for 6 years, you come accustomed to these types of things. Like,
oh, damn.
You know, it would be like if the Bears played poorly offensively in a game that they shouldn't have. You know, it just, you get used to these things. Yeah.
Okay, normal shit. Okay, all right. That's very depressing, but hey, all right.
Yeesh. Well, that is why we are here. Nights like tonight, it's a group therapy session for Bulls Nation.
Guys.
So
come on in.
Hit us with those comments.
Couch,
throw
baby.
us some of those super chat comments if you feel so inclined, and we will spend the next hour or so venting together.
Yes.
Should we lead with something positive?
Sure.
Zach LaVine played.
He did.
Looked pretty darn good.
Damn right he did.
Looked comfortable. His first step back three that he hit looked like, quintessential, beautiful Zach LaVine stuff.
Yeah.
Also had two very impressive drives to the hoop early in this game that showed the finesse and the strength. Both looked like they were there. I feel good about what we saw from Zach tonight, Dave. You?
23 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, I believe he was.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2 of 6. Excuse me, 2 of 6 from the three-point line. Yeah, that's 33%. Yeah, I was happy, and because I talked about in the pregame, I just wanted to see that burst. Actually, when we were on Salim and
shout out to our Bulls
guy
crew.
Ed Schuler. Yeah, when we were on their show. Shout out. We were on their show. That's what I talked about. I wanted to see tonight. Just wanted to see that burst from Zach. There were no minutes restrictions on him, so I came in, not worried too much because Billy said there was no minutes restrictions. But yeah, as soon as I saw that burst and I saw him just how comfortable he looked out there, he looked like he had been playing, like honestly. And I was very happy about that. That was good to see. And DeMar felt it because DeMar was like, gonna take the night off a little bit on this one, man. I'm a little tired right here. And I'm not mad at him for it. And I'm not taking away from what Cleveland did. They did a honestly really solid job playing defense on DeMar.
And they executed their offense brilliantly
we'll
tonight.
get into that for sure. We'll get into that for sure. But Zach LaVine definitely looked good having those 23 points. I was very happy with that, 56% from the field. Yeah, I was happy with that, man. I really was. So it's good to see him back. Got a couple steals too.
Yeah, I mean, based on the amount of concern I've had over the last week or so I guess it hasn't been a week, but basically since Wednesday when it was like, hey, Zach's not playing in the opener. I've just been a giant ball of burning stress.
Usual, normal. Okay.
It was really good to see him out there playing that way tonight.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm sure, Billy will probably get asked more questions about it after the game. Hopefully our guy, Will the GOAT, will check in with us from the UC later on in tonight's postgame and give us some updates. But now you immediately kind of wonder, like, okay, is he going to play against the Celtics on Monday?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because
day on, day off, day on. Are we capable of doing that?
Yeah. And how long is that going to go on for the season? Stuff like that. So we'll get – I don't know. But all I know is tonight he definitely looked good. It was good to see. Definitely made me feel better in the beginning.
Yeah.
that he was doing that. Later on,
ugh, indeed. Or as AK would say with his super chat, well, that escalated quickly. Yeah. That's what happens when you find yourself in the middle of a vicious cockfight. Oh, my God.
It was tough.
Michael, Cavs D wasn't even that great. We just had bad offense. I mean, outside of Zach looking good and DeMar occasionally picking and choosing his spots, DeMar definitely looked a bit more passive tonight.
He did.
Second night of a back-to-back, he played 37 minutes last night and probably was wanting to say, hey, Zach, welcome back.
Nobody's getting on DeMar DeRozan.
Not at all.
Nobody's getting on DeMar DeRozan.
Once again, what we saw in the first two games without Zach, we still saw again tonight because even though Zach came back tonight, Billy still chose to have certain minutes in his stretches of rotation with Zach and DeMar getting rest at the same time.
He did.
And as we discussed on last night's postgame, the second unit, yikes.
Yeah, man.
Yikes.
They're missing some things.
There's no one to do anything. No one can run the offense. No one can shoot.
It's more so that for me than
no one can shoot.
It's more so that because Dragic, I'm okay with him having the ball, trying to set up the offense, and obviously he's got a pick and roll game with the Andre Drummond experience that's going on out there. Like he's got something with him with
you
that.
handed out our tickets to Andre Drummond experience.
Hey man,
and Big Bro immediately was like, "I would like to return the tickets."
And I told him non-refundable. Sorry, you got to take that. You got to take it, bro. You got to have that. Everybody is on this trip. But I don't mind that. It was the shooting. Honestly, that's what it was. And I think that's why you also saw Derrick Jones Jr. come into the game. He was just looking for something to inject into this offense, man, because my goodness, it was shockingly like, oh my God, nobody knows how to do it. Like you said, like nobody knows how to do anything. If it's not Kobe White, then it's like, okay, now what? And Drummond's like, I'll do it. It's like, no. Like nobody else wants to do it. I'll do it. But it's tough, man.
What did I say on Salim and Ed's pod earlier today? Billy Donovan should make Drummond run 100 laps anytime he sees him dribble the ball. Once. One dribble, 100 laps.
Man, dude, like he was, man.
It's okay, guys. I got this.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what it was.
You so don't got this.
Yeah.
Love you, Andre, but know your role.
But that's the thing. Who around him is going to take it to make sure he doesn't do those things?
Yeah.
Who's like, okay, no, don't worry about it. I got it. You know what I mean? Where's that guy? We don't have that guy coming off the bench because they got the pieces to get out and run. They got the pieces that can defend. And shout out to how Cleveland was playing offensively, okay? Because there really wasn't no defense for that all kind of offense and how they were hitting those shots, okay? But yeah, that kind of thing with the second unit, Matt. Hopefully it doesn't continue on this season because we saw it in the first game and it looked solid. And that's because Dragic was hitting his threes.
Right.
And it was like, okay, Dragic hitting threes. Now guys can get out on the run and do some things like that. And in this one, you just couldn't see it, man. It was some bad passes, bad turnovers.
Holy
it happened.
Crap. Speaking of which, the bench shooting tonight, I just actually now looked to see how bad it was.
Okay.
Javonte 0 for 2. Derrick Jones Jr., bless his heart, hit the only three he took, 1 for 1.
Thank you, Derrick.
Drummond 0 for 1. Tony Bradley in garbage time did take a corner three, missed it, of course. Marco 0 for 1. Dragic 0 for 1. Kobe 0 for 5. Oof, that hurts.
That hurt.
Caruso 0 for 1.
Yeah.
So, like, even not counting Marco and Bradley playing mop-up minutes, between Javonte, Derrick, Goran, and Kobe and Alex, you got one made three from your entire bench.
And I mean, to borrow from the great Will Purdue, now what do we say?
Now, what do we say?
Now, what do we say? Like, what do we say? We talked about this coming into the season.
Fuck.
This was the biggest concern, was the shooting. At least for me it was the three-point shooting was the biggest concern because there was one thing you got to have in this NBA it's that three-point shooting. So, guys getting better and working on the shots in the offseason is all we kind of could lay our head on. And it just hasn't been a thing yet, man. Look, the three-point shooting, I want to make sure I get this right because I kind of in the first game, 13 of 36 for 36%.
Everybody was hitting them.
Yeah, they were doing their thing. Second game, 7 of 27 for 25%.
Didn't they also hit 7 again tonight?
Tonight, 7 of 29.
Oh, so slightly worse than last night.
For 24%.
Meanwhile, the Cavs,
it's not gonna do it, man.
16 of 27, 59%.
Dude, they were in. Come on,
they didn't miss in the first half.
You know what? Like half of that, I'm like, okay, dude, it's no defense for that.
Miss.
No deep. Did Kevin Love's only three that he missed was a 40-footer,
right?
Just to see if he was hot,
right?
He was on fire from three. They were hitting from everywhere, man. They were a well-oiled machine with their offense. They shot about 70% from three, 71 at halftime, and were shooting 60% from the field.
They finished 56.5% from the field.
Yeah, like come on, like you. Yes, There's no defense for that. I don't care how good the defense are playing.
They were scoring inside. They were scoring outside.
There's no defense for that.
They were also getting a fair amount of the calls.
Oh, my God, the calls.
I saw a lot of Bulls fans, complaining about the refs on Twitter tonight. The four of us sitting here were complaining about the refs because there were some trash calls.
Bro, and you know me. I'm not one for that.
No.
I've never been one for that, but damn.
And even still, on a night like tonight, regardless of the officiating, the Bulls – more of the blame lies on the fact that they got outplayed.
They did, man.
Hard.
They did.
They got outplayed on defense, on offense, and they got outplayed on their home floor in their home opener.
Outplayed, out-executed,
outgunned,
everything.
Outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. Shout out Lin-Manuel. But again, a lot of it comes down to this team does not have enough shooting.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Our
guy Bulldog texted us at some point tonight, like this roster legit has only 3 reliable guys who can knock down threes on it right now.
That's it. And
I was like, oh, you mean Zach, Kobe, and Lonzo? And he was like, I wasn't even thinking Lonzo because he's out.
Right.
He's like Zach, Kobe, and sometimes Vooch.
That's
Vooch. It.
And you like half a point.
Half a point for Vooch.
Half a point.
Who, to his credit, was 2 of 3 from downtown tonight. But that is one fair criticism of this front office and what they didn't accomplish this past offseason.
Yeah, agreed.
And I see this super chat from Evan saying, how would you rank Acme in their tenure so far? C-?
Okay.
Here's my answer to you, Evan. It is a fair criticism that Acme did not address this team's very glaring and apparent need of three-point shooting this offseason.
Yes.
To say that warrants a C- if you are grading holistically what AK and Eversley have done since arriving here, I think that is some of the harshest. I would not want to be your student. That is cruel. They inherited a dumpster fire wrapped inside cyanide.
Yes, correct.
And in less than 2 years, turn it into a playoff team.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
C-?
Yeah.
No.
No, I completely agree.
You're allowed to be frustrated on a night like tonight when a flaw that we all saw this offseason showed its ugly face in a blowout loss on our home floor. A lot about what happened tonight sucks. You can't sit there and tell me that you want to talk about the C- that the front office deserves in your eyes tonight because of that. Miss me with all of that nonsense.
Yeah, that away. Like Matrix ducking on that one right there. Can't.
He's beginning to believe.
Yeah, man. No, it's not. That's definitely not the grade. And again, and it's funny. I don't want to say it's the third game of the season. Like that's not how I want to approach this. It was just that game against the Cavs where they could not miss anything. I don't want that to be lost in this where everybody's angry at certain things. But one thing is they didn't miss nothing. All right, they hit everything. Dude, we saw Jared Allen hit a jump shot. All right, and then the next play down, he hit a whirling spin left hook off the fucking glass, bro. Like, come on, dude. Like, really? Like, when? Since when has he got that in his game? Dude, what was Lopez? Lopez looked like he missed one shot. He looked like he missed, I believe he looked like he missed one.
Rolo, 6 of 7 off the bench for 12 points.
Come on, dude. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nicholas, they looked dynamic. Yeah, they looked incredible out there. And Garland wasn't even out there. You know what I mean? They didn't even have their starting point guard available to them, man. But, yeah, they got them. But I'll give it to them in the second half because the second half they cooled down with their shooting. They still didn't cool down with how great they were playing. You know what I mean? Like, they definitely outplayed the Chicago Bulls, especially in that second half when the Bulls were getting it to 9 points. And at the end of that third quarter, we were like, okay, bet. Got it down to 9. Maybe we can get it down a little closer before we head into the, oh, shit, it's back to 18? Like, like that? Like, just really that quick? They did that before the end of the half.
Yeah.
They got it down to 9. We're like, okay, let's get it inside. Oh, no. Oh, back up to 14? Like, it was just quick, fast, in a hurry how they were getting that lead back up, man. So I'm not going to take nothing away from what the Cavs did to the Bulls tonight, man. It was mean.
It was. It was really mean. And I mean, like, and some of it is, wow, okay, you got out-executed. Yeah. But also, effort-wise, you know a great indicator when it comes to effort? Look at the boards, man.
Yeah, bro. Okay, well, the boards.
One team had 35.
Okay.
The other team had 48.
Jeez.
I'll let you guess which is which.
I'm going to say the winning team.
How did the Cavs have that many more rebounds than the Bulls did when the Cavs didn't miss any of their shots?
That's a great point.
How is that possible?
That's a great point. And there it is.
There it goes.
Look at that, our first time that we...
Hey, at throw one. And, almost.
Curveball.
But I'm glad now you have two hats, Joey, because you retrieve
we need the
man's
hat
please.
bucket.
We need the hat bucket.
Which actually, while we were watching the game, we discussed that now it's evolved not just to a hat bucket, but a hat dispensing machine.
Joey's a smart man. And he came up with that idea. He wanted to say hat bucket right there, but you wanted to go a little further.
I want to take it a step further than the hat bucket.
Yes.
And have a hat dispensing machine.
Okay. I'm cool with all of that.
Like the plates at a buffet.
Yeah.
Just spring right up.
Like how you would do your tray of meats.
Yeah.
It's just piled up back in your face.
Thanks, bro.
Okay.
All right, now I got a backup hat.
You got a backup hat. We're going to see how the hat, this is a great prototype for the hat bucket and see how it works. Let's see how this works, ladies and gentlemen. He's got that. And hat throw one is in full effect.
Nicholas in the comments saying throw a sandal. Who throws a shoe?
Throws a shoe. Honestly.
That really hurt. Oh, I'm so frustrated.
Yeah, man. That was tough.
Okay, I see lots of Pat talk in the comments. We should probably get to that coming up here in a minute. We'll get to the Pat game that wasn't and all of your comments about Pat coming up next. While we read a couple of ads here, do us a favor and hit that thumbs up button. We got almost 200 people hanging out with us live on YouTube right now.
What's up, y'all?
And only 33 thummies. Let me get some more thummies from you, please.
33
Thank
what
you.
now?
Thummies.
The thummies. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Why? What do you have a problem?
I have no. You got it.
you got something to say, Dave?
I do not. You got it, my friend. On yours.
You sure?
Your world. I'm just living in it, man.
All right. Shout out to our friends at DraftKings.
DraftKings.
Guess what? Vooch cashed for me again tonight.
Boom.
Took him over 2.5 assists.
Boom.
Snuck in there with 3, baby.
Trace.
NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back. So tip off the season with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NBA and our official sports betting partner here at CHGO. Yeah. New customers can make any $5 NBA moneyline bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins.
Yes.
Check this out. In addition to those bets, everyone can boost their winnings up to 100% with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays.
Yeah.
So go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now, opt in, and place a stepped-up same-game parlay today or tomorrow.
Today.
We got probably some fun NBA Sunday games tomorrow night.
Oh, you better believe it, man. It's more NBA and NFL.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's going
Tomorrow's
down.
Tomorrow's going to be a great sports day.
Going down.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be sending plenty of it on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is where I go. To bet on the NBA, NFL, anything. So download that DraftKings Sportsbook app now with promo code CHGO to get that deal for a $5 bet on any game this week for a $200 in free bet reward if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code CHGO.
How much was that, man?
$200.
In your face. Now, when you guys see Matt toss that hat, it's not just rage that powers that hat. It's not just that. No. It's also those 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source, superfoods, probiotics, and my sweet everything on an island, the adaptogens. Got to have them. They help him start his day.
Why are the adaptogens on an island?
Why wouldn't they be?
Okay.
Yeah, they help him start his day correctly.
I'm not a scientist.
No. There's an island of adaptogens that they grow it in, Matt. They put it together.
Oh, Adaptogen Island.
Yes.
That's what AI stands for? Is Adaptogen Island?
Correct. It's next to Turks and Caicos.
I learned so many things hanging out with this guy.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. It's more of a peninsula, though. But it's awesome. It's pretty good.
Florida? I don't want any of that.
But you want some of this because you want to get down with your athletic greens because that special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, nervous system, immune system, energy, recovery, focus, and your aging, all the things that you want to take care of. Costs you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than that cold brew habit that you might have. It's cheaper than getting all those different supplements yourself. You are investing in that all-in-one nutritional insurance. It's vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, contains less than 1 gram of sugar. No GMOs, no nasty chemicals, artificial anything. It does all this while still tasting good. And it supports better sleep quality and recovery. See how you can do that shoulder shimmy feeling right? Because the Athletic Greens is on all day and night.
That's right.
Damn right that rhymed. That's how I go, baby. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you, yes, you with your wonderful self, it's going to give you that free 1-year supply of that immune-supporting vitamin D, and on the one hand, 5 of them things, 5 of them free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do is visit athleticgreens.com/shop CHGO Bulls. That's athleticgreens.com/shop CHGO Bulls to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance, because it's Athletic Greens. Matt scoops it. He dumps it. He shakes it. He drinks it.
Drink it.
And then what he do, Joey?
He feels it.
All
true.
in his bones.
Had him today.
Yes, you did.
3 weeks strong now.
Very proud of you, man.
Whoop whoop.
It's 21.
We got a Cavs fan hanging out in our comments.
Sure, why
Todd.
not? What up,
Darius
Todd?
Garland didn't even play my favorite player statement game. Go Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, baby, game changer.
Not mad at you, man. You feel good.
Thanks
about
for
what you
watching.
Go ahead and enjoy this
Yeah.
victory, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you love Cleveland. That's got to be a rough life.
It's got to be a tough one. Got to be tough.
Read the shirt, baby. Read the shirt.
Yeah, he lives that, actually. Yeah, he lives that life.
Joakim only spits facts. No
When's
lies.
the last time you been to Cleveland?
When's the last time I've been to
Yeah,
Cleveland?
last
It's
time.
been a while. September 2018?
18?
What were you there?
September
Were you there
2018.
on vacation?
No, sadly, I was there for a funeral.
Oh, okay.
The parent of one of my dear friends from college.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Man.
I'm also sorry.
And now that friend no longer lives in Cleveland, but lives on the East Coast. So, yeah, it's been a while since I've been to Cleveland.
Okay, all right.
But I got mad love for Cleveland.
Yes.
Just not when I'm in my Meathead Chicago sports fan mode.
Which is what we're in right now.
Correctamundo.
Yeah.
Mad love, says Peck.
Mad love.
What? Don't ever do that again.
Is that some reference that I don't understand?
Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry
Cool.
about it. Oh, man.
Where's this comment from Chocolate Salty Bulls? I liked it.
Chocolate salty bulls.
Pat's casual downcourt jogging form is mint. The only positive takeaway from his game tonight. I just wanted to use that as a jumping off point to talk about Pat.
Yes.
16 minutes. Oof. His minutes continue to drop and drop and drop from game 1 to 2 to 3. And really, that 16 was 11.
Yeah.
Until Billy waved the white flag.
Yeah.
Sent Marco out there, sent Tony Bradley out there, sent, bless his heart, would have loved to see him earlier, Dalen Terry out there, and then sent Pat out there. And was like, Pat, garbage time. He didn't play Pat from the 9:30 mark of the third until garbage time in the game was over.
That's so crazy.
What does that
man.
say?
It's saying that he's...
Is that anything other than a coach sending a message to his player?
That's all it is, bro. He's like, dude, you're being trash. That's what he's telling him right now. Like, what are you doing, dog, out here right now? And nothing frustrated me more.
Checks in.
Nothing frustrated me more than watching that dude check into the game and then say, oh, yeah, I got this. Give me the ball. Shot, rebound, getting down the floor, all this shit. That just let me – it's all mental with him, man. It's all clearly mental with him. What kind of a roadblock is that? Like, you see him come in where he knows he's better than there, and then immediately he says, oh, yeah, this is how you dribble. Oh, okay. Oh, this is how you pull up and take the shot. I remember how to do it now. I don't understand that. That's what the hurdle I'm trying to get over, because I never really seen it like that before. You know what I mean? I don't remember it being this kind of hurdle early on in his first tenure here. I'm talking about his rookie year, and even in those short 4 games, even the games after, I don't remember it being to the point where he's like, I forget how to play basketball. You know what I mean? Like, we saw flashes like during those times. How is he forgetting how to play basketball? And then all of a sudden, when he gets in with the trash lineups, he's like, oh, yeah, I got this now. That was so frustrating to me to see that, man. There's something there that's not connecting with him, man. And Joe Cowley, I talked about it on Saleem's, wrote an article where he said he had the one-on-one with Patrick Williams. And even those things he was saying, I was like, no, man. Like, no, this isn't. No, it's hard to play with stars. Like, what? you're in the wrong league. Like, you got stars. You're going to have to play with stars. This is a thing. That shouldn't stop you from wanting to provide effort for your team. Each one of these games, Matt, there have been spaces for him to come in and do something. We needed him to come, and I'm talking even in the win, you needed him to come in and do something. You cannot go a whole game without a defensive rebound. How does that happen? You can't sit here and come a whole game. Your brother had an over-under with Patrick Williams of 2.5 points. and if it wasn't for that 3-point he hit in garbage time, he would have hit that shit.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Yo, man, look, I'm still with him. Like I said, I'm giving him 20. But these last two are alarming to me, man. This is really alarming to me what I'm seeing.
Mark K in the comments. Cough. Mark K might be right on Pat.
What you were this? Well, I'm saying, Mark K, were you this right that he's like 2 points a game, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't. This dude is on another level of what the hell.
Also, I know this is going to sound completely hypocritical coming out of my mouth, Mark, but don't take a victory lap on this now. Don't be that guy. Don't be that petty.
You know what? You're right. That is completely hypocritical coming from you.
That's why I said that.
Absolutely, you're correct. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of Pat heat in the comments here. Matthew Ray with a super chat saying Pat hit a pull-up, then went straight to the bench. Billy often benches him right after he tries to be aggressive. I think you're misremembering things there. I know the pull-up you're talking about happened in the first half, and it was sort of like on a broken play where there was a little bit of a scramble, and then all of a sudden the ball kind of just like popped to Pat, and he had a baseline like 15-footer, and he was wide open.
Yeah.
So he rose and knocked it down. Yay, good for him. That was the only 2 points he scored in the first half.
Right.
I think that was towards the end of his stint, whatever that stint was. I don't think Billy pulls him for being aggressive. I think Billy pulls him for being not aggressive.
Yeah.
Billy has said as much in his comments about Pat.
Yeah.
And the ways in which he's asking him to be aggressive. And it's not necessarily about shooting or not shooting. It's like, dude, go convince me and the other 9 people out there that your body is on the court, doing things, moving.
And you know what was even more frustrating? Because now I can put something to this because I saw it in this game on the 2 halves of it. I watched him when he was taking his shots during the game, when they were still in the game, and they didn't look confident. It was just we were happy he was taking a shot. Joey said that. Like, he took a shot, and Joey was like, well, at least he's shooting. You know what I mean? We're just happy to see him take a shot. When he got into garbage time, the confidence that he had shooting that ball, he was like, yeah, baby, this going in. It was confident as hell. That's what's frustrating. It's like you know it. It's there. It's in your brain, and you can't. And you got a lock and key on it for some reason, and you won't give nobody the key. And we're trying to get in there to unlock it, man, because there's something in there we got to get in. But that's what's so frustrating, man. Like, he knows it. He knows it. He studies it. He gets it, but he's not doing it until he's the best player on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's frustrating about it, man. Because he's like, oh man, these dudes are trash. I can dominate them. Oh man, these dudes are good. I don't think I should do anything. And that's what's confusing. Like, it's just very, very confusing.
It's like when he's out there with the starters, he has imposter syndrome or something.
Yeah, right.
Or he's like, I don't belong here.
One. Yeah.
He's like, it's hard to play with stars. Zach, DeMar, you're the stars. Like, I don't want to step on anyone's feet. It's like, no, dude, go help him.
Right. Kick his feet.
With your basketball skills that you theoretically have.
Kick his feet, step all on them toes, man. Like, for real.
Whoa. Emilio with a comment that maybe is shading in getting dark territory, saying, I would love to see DeMar take out his frustration on P. Will in the locker room.
Whoa.
You mean like verbal abuse or physical abuse? Like, what are we?
No, there was a string of comments earlier arguing whether or not a punch from Draymond Green can help wake up some of Patrick's lost game.
No problem.
I'm not sure.
Right, because violence solves everything.
Right. They also might not have been aware that Jordan Poole was playing at a high level all of last season.
And he just got paid a ridiculous amount of money.
It's not like they just paid him because, he's been punched now. Right. Here he comes.
Here's your settlement. No, it was because he was good. I have no problem smacking him in the head. We don't condone violence here.
So capital
abuse?
Verbal abuse?
Actually, it's Schneeble. You know what? That would be a great cheer up, is to just go home and watch School of Rock later tonight.
He's absolutely right. Everybody
always
do
works.
That. After
Always
this
works.
show, go watch School of Rock.
Matt Lennon with a super chat. Our team's taking advantage of Billy Donovan's rotations. Is he too predictable?
Ooh.
I think it's hard to say that in Game 3 of 82, especially considering that tonight Zach played for the first time.
Yeah.
Billy Donovan's rotation changes, and he went 11 deep.
Yeah.
Before garbage time, he went 11 deep tonight.
He did.
So tonight's rotation with Zach coming back in and adding Derrick Jones Jr. to the mix was completely different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you asked me that question towards the tail end of last season, I would say, yeah, I think you got something there.
Sure.
Through 3 games, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man. Like, but man, something has to change, and it's how can I put it on him when I'm looking at the second unit? Like you said, we can't find a guy to do something, so it's hard for me to how can you scheme, for those kind of things? He's still trying to figure it out right now. Honestly, this is why you saw Derrick Jones Jr. in the game, and I'm telling you, Dalen Terry is coming. Like, you're not going to be able to just keep that on the bench with your bench playing like this, and you're like, well, he might have some talent. You ain't going to be able to keep that on the bench. He's going to have to get in there and play and do something for it. But, man, you got to – cello, you got a base.
Flip it on its head.
Slapping the best, man.
Slapping the best.
Cameron saying Dalen Terry needs to be unleashed. Look.
Third game. I'm just saying he's got to play. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying he's got to play if it's going to continue to look like this. And he's going to go 11 deep. You know what I'm saying? And do those things like that. Yeah, you're going to have to find something that works because it worked in the first game, but what worked then isn't continuing to work now.
Yeah.
And you got to find some three-point shooting at some point in time. And I know he can shoot. I'm not saying he's your answer for any of these things, but you got to try something. You have to.
Brendan in the comments saying, even if it turns out that we find out P. Will isn't the move, isn't the right guy, what do we expect for a return now if we did have to move on? And I think I saw somebody else earlier in the comments talking about, like, man, it's a shame. The league was really high on Pat, and there was talk about teams around there trying to get Pat in various trades last year, 2 years ago, this offseason. None of it happened. That is a really dark thought that I don't want to entertain right now. Like, I am hanging on by a thread in believing in Pat, and it is the tiniest of threads.
I'm still there.
But I still don't even like thinking about, well, now even if we try and trade him because we're giving up on him, we're going to get, pennies on the dollar.
Right,
because the league through 3 games has now gotten more evidence in the Pat can't play basketball department. That's just too depressing of a thought for me right now.
And see, I don't even
Thank you for your thought. I kindly throw it out the window.
Toss it that away. I don't even think it's that league is thinking that he can't play basketball, because I think he's in a position where teams like, oh, this is mental. Oh, we can fix that. You know what I mean? Like, everybody – they do it all the time in the NBA. Like, oh, we can fix that guy. Oh, no, all he's got to do is this and this, and we can fix that guy. I still think he's kind of in that position, honestly, because you see the tools. You see what the size. That will always be attractive to a player. Is he still hot, fire, like you can get Rudy Gobert or something? Like, no. Not after these 3 games. You're not on that level. But you can still get something for him because, 1, he's still young. 2, you see he's got the skills, but it's all just looks like it's up here right now. And there are a lot of teams that think they could fix it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dave. Pat turned 35 today. That dude is no spring chicken.
I don't even understand, though. Like, what are they in position to even be thinking about that? Like, it's not – this Bulls team's not competing for a top 3 spot in the East.
Right, right.
The only path to doing something like that is for Pat to take a step forward. They've invested so much in him already. If you're just going to sell – like, I agree with what Matt said. It's a terrifying thought to think of. It just makes no sense given where the team is at.
True indeed.
They've invested a lot in believing in him. Yeah. Matthew Ray in the Super Chats. Never leaving Pat Island. Good luck.
Cool. I'm on it with you, bro, but like I said, I had 20 games.
The population had certainly dwindled by the time that I paddled away from Lowry Markkinen Island. I don't know if I want to be caught in the same scenario with Pat.
Everybody does know this. Like, we obviously all know this, but I do find it important to keep reminding everyone, like, he missed almost all of last season. He's still basically playing at the beginning of what would be his second season. Right, exactly. And so,
I swear,
it's not crazy to think, like, he is super young. There still is, like, we've seen, he has potential. We've seen him do it before. It's like, it gets more concerning with each game that goes by.
No question. You're right. Everything you say is absolutely dead on and correct, sir. But the concerning thing for me is he doesn't even look like he did his rookie year. And that's what's concerning. You know what I mean?
It's going in the wrong direction.
Wrong direction. Yeah.
100%.
Even in the second year, that Knicks game always stands out in my head because I remember in Game 4 we said, "All right, Pat, we want to see some aggression and you start doing stuff," and he literally did that.
Yeah,
he literally started doing stuff like that block. Then he goes the other length of the floor and gets that nice lay. I was like, and then that pull up he had, we were in the crowd like, "Oh shit, yo, Pat's looking right." And then he went up for that dunk and got hurt. And we were like, "Oh, okay, he'll be back." And so I'm saying I haven't even seen that kind of a just small cluster of something.
It definitely looks like it's regressing.
Yes.
And that is worrisome.
That's the worrisome part, man. And it's up here because I swear it ain't physical. He spent the whole damn summer with DeMar. You know it ain't physical.
Our guy Salim with a super chat saying that Mark's taking a victory lap on P. Will, but silent about those 0-3 Sixers. Our guy Marquet is very high on the Sixers. Picked them to win the East this year.
Oh, they 0-3. Wow.
They are 0-3.
To the Spurs.
Bulls have a better record. They lost to the Spurs tonight.
Spurs, man.
Which, careful. I don't know when the Spurs are on our schedule. We'll have to play them too.
Right, real talk.
It's also the last thing I want to say is we get a lot of comments saying stop making excuses for Pat. Stop doing this.
What excuse?
It's not an excuse.
We just spent the last 20 minutes talking about how we're about to abandon ship.
What are you talking about?
There's so many examples of players that break out in year 3 or year 4, and if the Bulls were to trade Pat and then he turned out to be the player that we had, it would be 100 times worse.
Said call Bobby Portis, yes.
And look, Brandon, I see your comment. There's players coming in the league younger than him, bringing positive impact to their teams. Pat was the youngest guy in his draft class.
Yeah, he was.
So as far as draft class by draft class, no. And then, as Joey was just saying, this is basically year 2 for Pat. He missed 90% of year 2. Retroactively, this is year 2.
Yeah.
And he is still very young. And, okay, are you talking about 19 and 20-year-olds who are of the 22 draft class and you've seen them play 3 games their rookie year, maybe 2 games, and you're convinced that right now that they're better than Pat? Or people from the 21 draft class who you're convinced okay, fine. We're not making great excuses for Pat.
Right.
We're adding a little bit of context to the don't abandon all hope here.
Yeah.
Because he is still so young and theoretically capable of improving. But we're also sitting here saying that sucked.
Yeah.
And these 3 games have sucked.
Yeah.
No one's making any excuses for that.
They have, man. And the more I hear him talk, the more I just keep hearing him in my head saying, "I want to go to the bench. I want to play off the bench." Like, it's hard playing with all-stars. You know what I mean? Saying stuff like that. Just sounds like to me like, all right, I want to come on. I'm not comfortable here. Put me in this scenario where I'm more comfortable. But this is the problem. It's the NBA, and you're huge. That's the problem. They couldn't start Javonte Green because Evan Mobley is out there.
My God.
They can't, bro. You are colossal. They had to put you out there for that reason. So you have to find your way in that sense. Will Billy go put him on the bench? I think he will, because again, he is not beholden to any lineup. He will go ahead and put him on that bench. I think that will happen. But
head coachmanship.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just how comfortable he is with this stuff. And I honestly appreciate his honesty, but it's just how comfortable he is with it that it's just worrisome, man. But we're going to see, because I'm telling you, he's going to go to the bench. And here's my other thing with it, Matt. Whether you're telling me it's on the bench or whether you're telling me you have trouble playing with all-stars, I've seen you in both scenarios and not look good in either one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the issue. You want to do this, okay, great. You can go to the bench, do your thing. I got you. I feel you. You still can't grab a rebound when you're coming off the bench. You're still hesitant shooting the 3. So maybe you need more time on it, whatever is the case. But I just know in these 3 games, like you said, it has not looked good in any of the games.
Mark K. Pat celebrating his 87th birthday. There's still time for him to become a player. Right, because that's the same thing as talking about somebody who just turned 21.
He's just tired of hearing it. I know. Mark K. is just tired of hearing it.
Before we move on from Pat, the one thing that we did want to do, Joey, do we have that video that was going around the TikToks and the Twitters?
The TikTokers?
So
Matt's a TikToker,
we don't know when exactly this was, but it looks to be recently because they're all wearing like hoodies and hats and stuff.
They are.
That, to me, I am almost 100% sure that's Raging Bull at Six Flags up in Gurnee.
Okay.
And that is Caruso, LaVine, and DeMar up there in the front row. And then Javonte, you see, there's Dalen Terry.
Yep.
You see all these Bulls.
Kobe, yeah.
Yep, Kobe. And if you listen, they're all yelling
There he is. Yep.
to get Patrick Williams to join them on the roller coaster.
How symbolic is this?
Pat, don't be scared. Get on the roller coaster. It's fun.
Ride with us. Isn't that
We're
wild?
all
Isn't
doing
that
it together.
Perfect symbolism,
That's a
right?
crazy metaphor.
The whole
perfect.
team is doing it.
Perfect, and I mean perfect,
Look,
man.
And for the record, let us state here, we at CHGO do not necessarily believe in peer pressure.
We do not.
Peer pressure is an evil that are put on kids in certain
He's trying to
situations
get
at
me to
schools.
eat meat millions of times.
And he's trying to get me to eat quinoa.
He got athletic
No,
greens.
sir.
I did not try to get him to eat quinoa.
He's trying to get me to eat salmon burgers.
I didn't do that either.
Communist. Peer pressure's bad most of the time.
Yeah.
Pat's teammates yelling at him to get on the damn roller coaster.
Yeah, man.
I don't even care if Pat has a deathly phobia of roller coasters. He needed to get on that damn roller coaster.
Honestly, that's
And
real.
get on the metaphorical one as well, because we are sick of watching your junk, trash, bum ass pretend to play basketball every night.
It's true that I agree. You got to get on that roller coaster with your friend.
Get on.
And I can't stand roller coasters. I'm not a fan of them.
Buckle in.
But if your teammates are going, you got to suck up one time. You have to do it like, all right, man, all right, fine. This one time, I'm in. You got to buckle up. You got to suck it up, and you got to get on, and you got to do that, man, on a roller coaster. He has to. You know what I'm saying? And the fact, you know what I also like? How supportive the team was about
like,
it.
come on, Pat. You
How
can do it.
supportive they were about it, man. They was
Teaching a
like,
kid to ride a
dude.
bike, or like applauding a puppy for peeing outside.
Yes, they were
You
like,
can
yeah,
do
come
it.
on in,
We
bro.
believe
Let's
in
do
you.
this. Come on, let's do this, man. You can do this with us. I like the support that they had. For me, it says they also very supportive of him in the locker room as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we know the team has his back. You know what I'm saying? The organization obviously has his back. He's got to start believing it at some point in time, man. It's got to click at some point in time, bro. And again, I'm not saying by clicking it means 30 a game, 20 a game. Just you have to look like you can play basketball, bro. Like you have to look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like oh my God, yo, this dude can play.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I'm at with it right now. I need to see where you're comfortable at, and you are comfortable being good at basketball. You're comfortable at being good at basketball, man. Right now, it doesn't look that way.
Yeah. People in the comments.
Get on the effort roller coaster.
QLM Gaming said if Pat keeps up these performances, I can see the locker room ignoring him. Man,
That's a
it
tough
takes
place
a
to be.
lot. Once teammates are bonded,
Yeah.
you got to do something worse than just performing poorly for your teammates to quit on you.
True indeed.
And maybe as we're talking about, it's not just Pat performing poorly, like shots not falling, but if his teammates believe that he's not engaged,
Right.
then maybe that becomes an issue. But I think that they would sit down and have a talk about it before just,
Yeah.
Dwight Schrute shunning him. Like, don't think that's happening.
Yeah. No, obviously I don't think it is either. This team is bonded. They're kind of unified. And also as part of the front office, they were all about these team building things and, continuity. Again, they're all about these kind of things. So, yeah, they got his back, but somebody's got to speak to him right. You know what I mean? You got to say it to him right, man, because Billy Donovan's not going to – Billy Donovan's going to be like, look, bro, you don't want to be out there? Fine, you ain't going to be out there, man. 11 minutes? He was like, all right, you don't want to play. That's telling me he's telling him you don't want to play. And then putting him in, like you said, in that fourth quarter is a message. That is a straight up and down message to Patrick Williams, man. I hope he hears it, man, because they talking to him.
Man, please, Pat. Please do better on Monday.
Just look like you wanna be there.
Here's another fun test for you. We got to play the Celtics on Monday.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Shout out to Ava with the super chat. He said, I miss calling in live on Hot Mic. Oh, man, those are the days when we were all locked in our homes, hiding from a deadly disease.
Yes, man.
Yes, those were the good old days.
It's Hot Mic for the
I had
bubble.
way too much facial hair on my face to be socially acceptable, but it's okay because we were all locked in our homes.
And I mean locked in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean
Shut
in there,
down.
man. Going nowhere.
No, I have one closing thought on the
Okay.
Pat
Okay.
front.
Closing thoughts from
and,
Joey.
And
Final words from Jerry Springer.
I
Joey.
maintain what I was saying
Jerry
earlier.
Springer.
I maintain 100% faith that Pat can still be a productive and impactful player who does a ton on a winning team. But I just think, especially for guys that have high lottery pick pedigree, you usually see them start to make a big difference early on in their career. And it's rare to find an example of a guy that is, you see it for 1 year, maybe 2, where the numbers are down. But usually in that year 3 is when that leap starts happening. It's just rare to find guys that take that star turn unless you're like a Giannis or a Jokic and you're coming in ridiculously raw. And so I guess I'm not concerned that he's not going to be able to figure it out and be productive, but I am getting more concerned that he's not going to take the big step forward that the Bulls were confident that he was going to be able to do.
It's fair. It's fair. It is. It's fair. And it's funny because, again, it's 3 games.
Yeah.
But it's the way you're looking in those 3 games. Like, dude, you got to see more. Got to see more.
All right, we got to take one more quick ad break here while we also, I think, are going to bring in the GOAT for a quick hit from the UC. While Big Dave is reading this ad to you beautiful people, give us one of them thumbs up. We got 250, 260-something watching live on YouTube and only 70 likes. Let's get those thumbs. Please and thank you.
Get them thumbs up.
Get them thumbs.
And shout out to Salim, man. Thanks for the love on the hat, brother. I appreciate that. You know something I ain't never understand, Joey? Joey just ain't gonna talk to me. That's what's going on.
No,
right
wait,
now.
Dave.
Like,
Dave? What don't you understand? I thought you were just.
That's just ain't
I
gonna
thought
do
it
that.
was rhetoric. I thought it was rhetorical.
That's how we doing. Okay.
I thought it was rhetorical.
All right. That hurt a little, Joey. It's okay. It's all right. Kick water on me and then you don't answer my questions. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I will live. But you know what I hate, Joey? I mean, it's true. You know what I hate though? I never understood why them sunglasses are so expensive. Why? Why would you charge people so much money just to put something on their face? Just because they want to keep that sun up out of their eyes. Why would you do this?
Why?
You know who else believe what I believe? Shady Rays. Shady Rays said enough, damn it. We are tired of people paying this money. We want to save you some money, but you still get the same quality. So what you do, you come on down to Shady Rays. Hey, you don't have to break the bank and get quality sunglasses this fall because them people at Shady Rays got you covered. Those premium polarized shades featuring world-class optical clarity, sustainable durability, and styles cater to everyone and every lifestyle. The best part of Shady Rays, they have the most insane protection program in all of eyewear. The lost and broken replacements. Let's say Matt Peck is watching the game and he does a hat toss, but he forgot he got his Shady Rays right on his hat. And he tosses that joint and he breaks them on day 1.
Oh, no.
Shady Rays said it's all good. We got the Matt Peck lost and broken replacements playing, baby. You break it, we got you covered. Brand new pair, no questions asked. Drop them in the lake, off a cliff, toss them on the hat, however you want it. They're going to replace them, man. Even with that strong of a protection plan, they still manage to make quality that I personally can tell you holding is just amazing things. Because listen, them Shady Rays, I can't wait for them to get here, dude. I'm so excited to get them Shady Rays on my face. It's going to be awesome, man. Shady Rays customers seem to agree with over 200,000 5-star reviews. It's just a wonderful, wonderful company. I'm glad they're down with us. Aren't you? Well, we're going to hook you up with something then, because exclusively for our listeners out there, Shady Rays is running the deepest deal of the season. Use that code.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah, it is. Not bad. Barry White deep. CHGO. Get yourself 50% off 2 or more pairs at shadyrays.com. That's CHGO, y'all. Get yourself 50% off. That's basically a buy one, get one free. What's that called, Matthew?
BOGO.
In your face. You can get 2 pairs for as low as $54, y'all. Redeem only at shadyrays.com, where you can find all of their newest and best shades. Shady Rays! Get that up out your face.
Out your face. Do we have the GOAT in the wings, Joey?
Yes, but can we knock out the king of the game real quick?
Let's do it. Perfect. We award king of the game. Oh, yeah. I forgot to do that when I was reading my DraftKings ad. It's Zach LaVine.
Zachary.
Obviously.
Attackary.
In his first game of the season, 23 points on 9 of 16, 3 boards, 4 dimes. Good to see Zachary Attackary back out there on the floor.
It's an awesome thing to see the Attackary backery at the United Centerackery. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you, Zach.
I'm not sure that last one worked.
Worked in my head.
We can workshop it. We can workshop that while we workshop the hat dispenser.
Print it, put it out. We're
okay, good. Or we can print it. Oh!
There it is.
The GOAT sound effect is in effect.
Don't talk is in effect. Oh, look at the quaff. Look at the quaffness.
The GOAT is here.
Look at the quaffness. It's official.
Dude, Will, I don't know if you noticed, but somebody in our comments in pregame said that they could spot you from wherever they were sitting higher up and that your hair looked great.
Yes, Will said your hair looked amazing, sir. I don't think we can hear Will. He's talking, but I don't think we can hear him.
Are you muted?
Will.
I think he's muted.
Oh, hold on. Try again.
Try again, Will.
Can you hear me?
Hey, there we go.
What's up, buddy?
There's the dulcet tones.
I was just trying to interject to say that the king of the game should have been Javonte because he was amazing, and I love watching that guy. But I appreciate Kevin. He's always looking down on me from the 200 level. So thanks, KHGO. And now we're back on track. What were you asking me?
Well, we hadn't yet, but gross. Let's just get your 2 cents on Pat because we just spent a lot of time talking about it. His minutes continued to drop tonight. Billy sent him back out there for garbage time. I mean, was it discussed post-game?
I have not had a chance to talk with him. It was just not good. There were a lot of other pretty big storylines going on that I think took away from his performance. And as the season goes on, I mean, it's still very early here, but we're starting to some holes are being poked in this Bulls team, right? And I think Patrick is one of them for sure, but hasn't really been exposed yet in the way that I think it will once games start going poorly. Like once we're not talking about Zach's knee so much, once, they don't get a great win against the Heat in their season opener, then things start to go bad. I think some more fingers will start to point towards Patrick. But for now, he may be talking in the locker room, but I wanted to come chat with you guys. But just not much to say other than just really poor performance in 3 straight games and really beyond that into the preseason.
Will, seeing Zach back on the floor and how he was and how the knee responded, what was your take on Zach's game tonight?
I was impressed. I was a little worried that he might not have that same, springiness and explosion that he had last year. I don't think it's fully back, but certainly better than it looked in the preseason. I mean, we were sitting there talking about how he didn't look right and we weren't worried. Well, maybe we should have been worried because he didn't look right and there was a reason for that. But he did look good. The first couple plays, he came out and had a really explosive drive to the basket, dumped off a pass to Vooch for a dunk. And then next play down, he hit a step back 3. So he looked better, obviously, was attacking as much as you can when there's Jared Allen and Evan Mobley down there. But overall, pretty impressed with his play. We had a chance to talk with him after the game, and basically he just said it felt great. That was the only, everything that he said about how he was feeling was it felt great. They're gonna continue to work with medical training staff. He said the whole Chicago Bulls organization from top to bottom on what games he takes off, what games he manages his injury or whatever verbiage they're using. But he said he does think he'll play Monday against the Celtics. So we'll see.
What did you think about Billy going 11 deep, out of the gate tonight, with Zach returning and throwing Derrick Jones Jr. in there, and the fact that Derrick Jones Jr. actually ended up playing more minutes than Javonte and Drummond?
Yeah, it was interesting. I think the only reason they went, it's a little strange that they went from basically 9 all the way to 11. You'd think, okay, you insert Zach back into the lineup, but Javonte and that bench unit with Goran, Kobe, and Caruso has been playing really well. Maybe, you keep all those guys and you just run 10 deep, which is something he's kind of alluded to. So to go 11 was a little bit surprising, but when somebody like Patrick is playing so poorly, you kind of have to, fiddle with the lineups and try to insert some energy and some capacity. Obviously, in the third quarter, Billy went with Javonte with the rest of the starters, and that lineup was awesome. That kind of gave them a little spark there, and they fought their way back into single digits at one point. But that bench unit that had been really good throughout preseason was terrible tonight. And they could not get anything going. They were all minus 13 or minus 15. Just really disappointing and, uncharacteristic in Billy's terms, performance from those guys. So to answer the first part of the question about Derrick Jones, I think he was just looking for bodies to put in there that would do something because that lineup was just getting killed.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched because that was going to be my question, you would, because I think you and I were on the same page about the bench. And just how good we thought that they were going to be, and especially how important we thought they were going to be. And they just, I mean, in credit to the Cavs and just how they played tonight, because they were lights out with the shooting. But seeing that kind of shooting like up close, you know what I mean? What was that? What was going through your mind? You know what I'm saying? I know you can't be completely on it, but what kind of was going through your mind watching that kind of shooting display? They dropped 70 in the first half.
It was incredible. For one, Donovan Mitchell is just so impressive to watch in person. He is so shifty. He gets so low to the ground on all these crossovers. He can just rise up on a dime and just like slices into the lane. It's like really, really impressive watching that guy. And as you said, I mean, they were like 10 of 14 in the first quarter on threes or something like that. Contested shots. And it really just like demoralized the Bulls. I mean, they were taking the ball out of the basket every single time down. Cavs were shooting like 88% on threes at one point. It's kind of a fluky shooting performance, but I think it does speak to, again, some of those holes that are going to start to be poked in this Bulls team about their defense and inability to pick up the ball at the point of attack. Really, I think, it seeped in from both sides in terms of not being able to get stops, and then that killed their transition game. And so that bench unit is now playing in the half court, and they don't really have anybody that can initiate offense. So it's just kind of a sloppy game that really snowballed out of hand.
Do you think, Will, that Billy might take tomorrow to contemplate more tinkering, more changes potentially, before you got to face what looks to be a still very, very good Celtics team on Monday?
Yeah, we are not going to have practice tomorrow. The Bulls are not
going to work here anymore,
tomorrow, so we won't. We won't really know like what they're going to go with. But as I was watching that game, I was like, "There's no way Javonte is not starting on Monday against the Celtics." But
yeah.
I also kind of thought to myself, "There's no way that this 5-man bench unit is going to come back in the game." In the second half, he went with DeMar and with Zach, with 4 of those guys. I have a hard time believing he's going to throw anything out right now at this point of just like getting rid of that bench unit, of just dumping Patrick to the bench. Maybe he does, but I think they're still in data acquisition mode. I think they're still experimenting and trying to figure out what works. And when you have these small samples against like really fluky outlier performances, I mean, the Bulls got absolutely smoked and they were not in the same class as the Cavaliers, but the Cavs also shot just an absurd percentage. I think makes this game kind of an outlier. So I don't think that you can just throw away the lineups because the data is now totally skewed. Like, I think they're going to need to build a bigger sample. And, they looked good against a couple of teams in the preseason. They looked good in the previous couple of games. Actually, that's not true. They did not look good against the Wizards, but we'll just have to see. I mean, I think they'll have to keep throwing it out there and seeing what happens. But I mean, there was like a 5-minute period from 1.5 minutes left in the first quarter to like 8 minutes in the second quarter where just that bench unit was in and they went down by 15 points. And it's like that basically lost them the game. They just, that was it.
Rough.
Is there any shot, Will, of Dalen Terry getting in it? Because, of course, fans are calling, and right here, calling for Dalen Terry.
Big bro wants it even more than I do.
Yes. They want Dalen Terry in there, especially, seeing how Patrick Williams has been playing and seeing how poorly the bench played tonight. Maybe they're looking for some kind of spark. What are your feelings on Dalen Terry getting some playing time now?
I mean, if they want to play fast and they want to play defense and they want to run and get out in transition, then yeah, I mean, Dalen is like one of the few guys that has the skill set to do that. I think he's still a ways away in terms of understanding the game and just like being able to read, especially at the pace that he plays. Like, that's even harder to pick up on. You also saw him drive on his first possession and just kind of like lose the ball. He's really skinny. And so when he drives into contact, it's hard to really like take any sort of physicality and finish. I do think he's a ways away, but again, it's the same point as Derrick Jones Jr., where like you got to throw guys in there and see if it works, because what they had going tonight was not working. And Derrick Jones has a lot of the same pros and cons to his game. He's also super skinny. He's also super athletic. He loves to run up and down. So I could see it happening. But I think that would require like some injury or like Patrick getting demoted again or something like that. I don't know. It's just like you can't really play 12 or 13 guys in a real game.
Will, thank you for stopping by to spend some of your time with us. Everybody make sure you're checking out Will's written work, allchgo.com, tomorrow and throughout all of next week, doing his great reporting from the UC tonight. Goat, we miss you. Glad you made a new friend. Tell hi to that security guard. Tell him thanks for watching our show.
You say he ain't know you, Will? You say he ain't know you?
No, I was kidding. I was
about to say, come on, man.
Yeah, there's no way that was true.
He recognized us, and yeah, he said he loves our show, and I was like, oh my God, somebody watches. That's awesome.
No one can't not recognize that hair, Will.
That's a fact.
It's too beautiful.
Yeah, I need a cut. It's getting too long. I need a cut.
All right, buddy. Well, we will see you back here at the studio on Monday. Or wait, no. Are you at the UC on Monday?
Yes, I believe it's a home game, so I will not see Monday. But
darn. All right.
Tuesday or Wednesday. Next off day.
Okay.
Next off day. We'll see you.
Well, we'll miss you.
Yes, sir.
Follow Will on Twitter at Will_Gottlieb, everybody. Have a good night, bud.
Peace.
Go read Will's column, allchgo.com.
Do that.
Real quick, one more super chat. Matthew Ray. Zach had horrible, no good, very bad defense tonight. Love the literary reference, but I'm going to let Laura Lou77 take it in the comments, who just said, LOL at Matthew Ray, you paid money to be wrong. Look, I don't know if harping on Zach's defense is one of the primary things that we need to be doing tonight. Also, I thought he got hosed on that one foul call.
Definitely.
When he was going for a steal.
Yes.
And Donovan Mitchell just flailed, like, as my brother would call it, a French soccer player.
Yes.
And I was like, no, Zach just, like, made a good play there.
Dude, he got it. Vooch on his steal when he got called a foul. When Karis LeVert went up sideways to shoot a shot, and they called a foul for that.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was bad. Before we get out of here, I wanted to end on a high note.
All right.
That was really ugly game.
High notes.
And I told you I had a little show and tell for you.
You said this, sir. Show and tell with Matt Peck.
If you recall, Dave, you remember earlier this year when I was just sitting over there at one of the workspaces.
Right over there.
And you strolled up to me super casually. And
That's how I do.
Threw me a box. And you were like, hey, this is for you.
I threw you yes.
And then I opened the box, and inside the box was a Joakim Noah jersey.
I do remember.
That you got. It wasn't my birthday. It wasn't a holiday.
No.
You just got me a Joakim Noah jersey.
Yeah, you my guy.
Because you're my guy.
Yes, sir.
It was an autographed Joakim Noah.
Yes, absolutely.
Remember a few years ago for Christmas, I think it was season 1 of Outsiders.
Yes.
We had only known each other a few months.
Yes.
But we did decide, you, me, and John, to do a holiday gift exchange.
We did, yes.
You got me a framed picture of Joakim going into primal screaming Super Saiyan Joakim mode.
I did. I definitely did.
So you've got me 2 wonderful Joakim gifts.
Yes, I did.
And tonight was Cleveland night.
Yes, it was.
Wearing the Joakim shirt.
Got you.
So I wanted to show you.
Okay. All right. What we got happening here? It's show and tell happening with young Matthew Peck. He's picking up something. He wouldn't let me see it. Let's see what it is. Turn that around.
Bam.
Oh, got it nice and framed with the picture in there. Wow.
In there, baby.
Got a twofer right there. That is beautiful, sir. That is beautiful work.
Wanted to shoot.
That's awesome,
I might
man.
need a microphone.
Yeah, you're going to need that. That's awesome.
Shout out to the Frame Shop.
Shout out.
In Wicker Park
Shout
on
out.
North Ave. There are multiple locations of the Frame Shop, but I went to the one on Wicker Park.
Okay.
Dave was the one who helped me out at the store.
Hey,
Alex
Dave.
is the one who did the framing.
What up, Alex?
They do incredible work, especially if you got Chicago sports memorabilia.
Yeah.
I got this Noah stuff framed. I also got a Cubs thing framed, a Blackhawks thing framed.
Yeah.
So stoked. Picked it up on the way to the office today.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's Joakim Day because we're playing the Cavs.
Obviously.
And I wanted to show you what I did with the beautiful gifts you got me.
That is amazing, dog. I know you cannot. Do you have the space right now where you want to put it?
I haven't decided where I'm going to hang it yet.
Okay.
Got to be somewhere special.
Got to, man. That is
Joakim.
That is. I'm glad you have that.
Whew.
You have done what I wanted you to do with that jersey.
I
sir.
was confused. I thought you were giving that to Dave. I didn't realize.
hell no.
Oh no, he called it show.
I
and
didn't
tell.
realize that was what both things Dave got you combined into one.
No, Dave got me 2 beautiful gifts.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I wanted to show him what I did.
Yeah.
Because
To show him how much I
you were going to
appreciated
hand the
the
thing to
beautiful
Dave
gifts.
and say, here, take it. And then you just weren't going to let go. You were just going to be trying to take it. Take it. Just go ahead.
No, just grab it.
I can't.
Just grab it. Like, Matt, you've become very strong all of a sudden. Like,
I
what's
mean,
going on?
you can like borrow it for a week sometime if you want to hang it on your wall.
No, sir. I'm good. I'm good, man.
Yeah.
That is all for you. That means that much more to you than it ever will to me. And I'm happy that you're doing something with it, sir. Look at that joy. Look at the joy
Look at
on
the
his
scream.
face.
Look at the
cute.
screaming
Look at him, man.
face.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's cool, man.
and I got to see Joakim with that commercial like 4 or 5 times tonight.
You're going to see that more often now. You know that commercial's going to be running.
Oh, it's true.
So, yeah. So, your stress levels will be down for a second.
Is true.
Yeah, for a second.
Thanks, buddy.
No
Appreciate
problem,
the
man.
gifts.
Glad I could do it.
Check them out. Frame Shop. If you need something framed, Chicago sports memorabilia, art, anything, check them out. Dave, Alex, they'll hook you up.
Boom.
That's it. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Hit that like button if you haven't already before you head out of here. Make sure you're subscribed to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. No Bears tomorrow. They're playing another primetime game. Why? So we'll actually be here Monday night when the Bears and the Bears CHGO Bears crew are also here for Monday Night Football.
Who will be louder? Joe, you've watched.
Yeah, it depends if Cody's watching with them. It depends what their crew is and how much money is bet on the game.
Okay.
I might be like deathly silent if we're getting worked by 30 by the Celtics.
You're great. Excellent point.
Well, holding that bag recording says he's not worried about the Celtics
I saw
at
that
all.
and laughed.
At all.
Yeah, that's crazy talk.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Well, we can walk around and watch the Bears game and see, them probably get
Take a break from the Bulls getting beat to watch the Bears get beat.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Love that.
But it's Justin Fields, so it's different.
All right, y'all. Thank you again for hanging out with us. Follow us on Twitter if you aren't already. Bulls_Peck, Bow, BWL Sports. Our incredible producer and our great pal Joey is at Joey Spathis on Twitter. Give him a follow as well. Follow Will_Gottlieb. Mark is at MK Hoops. We are CHGO_Bulls.
Bulls.
Until Monday.
All right.
Have a great rest of your weekend, Bulls
Enjoy
Nation.
it.
Enjoy your Sundays. No Bears, no Bulls. Don't stress. And we'll talk to you on Monday. See you, be good.
Peace.